Momo from BiSH. Yeah, I gotta be honest, there's a lot of BiSH fans out there, and it always seems like Momo was never like the favourite member, but I was always a big fan of hers, as I even went on TV to attest to.
Howard is a music reviewer in the UK.
So post BiSH split, I was particularly happy to hear that she had some music coming out. And with her latest single and music video just dropping, let's have a little chat about it today. Hi there and welcome back to Japan, where whether you are a BiSH fan or not, let me give you a little bit of context moving into this one, because as I just mentioned, I've always been a bit of a fan of Momoko Gumi Company's vocals, including in BiSH, because I've always felt that she has this ability to sound very personal. Like, you know how sometimes you can hear a singer and it feels almost like they're talking to you. There's an emotion that comes through that isn't so much through the big, over-the-top theatrical performance, but it's just from sounding very much like they're got that just very personal feeling, like they're somewhere between speaking and singing, but with all the qualities of both. Well, this is how it feels to me when I hear Momoko's voice, and that didn't always come through in the best light in BiSH songs. She added so much to BiSH, but a lot of the time she could be overpowered by songs that were in themselves big and dramatic and therefore played towards other members of the group. You know, your sort of ironers who just have that theatrical quality already. So when it came to them splitting up, I had a concern that with Momoko not being so popular in the great pantheon of BiSH members, and with her also having a writing career that she clearly wanted to pursue, that maybe she wouldn't do any more music. And I had my fingers crossed, but my hopes a little bit, well, my hopes high, but my expectations low that anything would come about. And lo and behold, it did. We had one song, and then we had this music video recently. And even with that, I was kind of nervous. But boy, have I been pleasantly surprised. So let's start breaking down why. What we really want from a great Momo song, and Momo being the name that she's going under as a solo artist, we really want a song that gets the most out of her voice. So instead of going for the big and dramatic, the songs that really focus on melody, her ability to really beautifully weave together a nice melodic pattern with that, again, that feeling, that sort of tangible quality of emotion in her voice. And that was really what came to the front and center here. Now, my understanding, apologies, I don't know the name, but my understanding is that she worked on, I think, all of the songs that she's currently got in this little batch, hopefully album, with a personal friend. And yeah, it really feels like these songs were crafted around her. They really match her vocal style. They are beautifully done songs. You know, it tend to be the two songs we've had so far are a little bit on a ballad side, but there's acoustic, there's piano, but it's quite delicate and allows her voice to sit front and center, but also it's melodic. You know, Momoko has an incredible ability for melodic singing. She actually has quite a lot of range that we didn't always get to hear in BiSH, but was clearly kind of there, and it comes across in these two songs. But I must say, of the two songs we've had thus far, the music video that came out was really nice. It was a music video that basically kind of featured her walking and lyrics appearing. It was more like a lyric video, if I'm honest with you. That video was nice, and that song was nice as well. If I'd heard that as a first song, I would have thought, this is nice, this is good. But the one that really caught me was the song that was released a couple of months, I think, before that. 3 months ago now, it seems, just looking at it. And this song called Usotsuki. I know I'm ham-fisting the pronunciation. That song was just gorgeous. You know, a real heartfelt, almost like a tearjerker. The melody is beautiful. For me, that is definitely the stronger of the two songs. That is the one that I want to listen to on repeat play. It definitely feels like the one that is more of a single that needs a music video. However, both of these songs are definitely, again, written around the sound of her voice. They're not overly, they're not overly theatrical. They're just kind of emotional. They're delicate. They have the intricacy that's required to, you know, give a nice, interesting bed of sound under her voice, but they also give room for her to be the one who's leading the melody. And they feel emotionally deep enough that she can use that quality of sounding like someone who really conveys a lot of personality and feeling through her voice. So for me, yeah, these were just two really nice songs, but absolutely, of the two of them, definitely the first one, the one that didn't have a music video, the one that I just did a ham-fisted version of saying the name of, That was the one that for me came out the stronger, but I am really excited therefore now to hear an album. And why would an album be a big deal? Well, see, despite everything I just said, on an album, you can have the variation. So in the two singles, we've really had two songs that very much play to her strengths and just let her be herself. If you like, the two songs that nail the core sound that you want Momo to have. However, on an album, she can play around. She can do songs that maybe we wouldn't traditionally think of as suiting her voice. Maybe she can do a more theatrical big song and she can use a certain power to her voice that she's not had a chance to use before. Maybe she can try new things. Just because she's good at one thing doesn't mean she should be pigeonholed into only doing that. And this is why I'm kind of excited for there to be an album, and an album with hopefully a little bit of playful variation on it. We've nailed two songs that definitely show that clearly there's an understanding of her voice and of her strengths that is being played too. Now let's get an album in. Now let's bring out all of the opportunities for her to have fun, for her to do other things. I mean, let's face it, when she was on like punky, crazy songs, she was great on them as well. She's got an ability to do those I know we might not hear them from her nowadays, but you know, if we got these two songs and then some punk songs on the same album, we would be looking at a very varied album. So I don't know 100% what we're going to get. I don't know if we're even going to get an album, actually. I don't think there's been an official announcement of that yet, although a lot of the social media seems to be pointing in that direction. But I certainly am looking forward to it, excited for it, and I expect that when and if it does come, it could be a great opportunity to both hear her at her strongest point on her own, just being able to carry songs as she has here, but also being able to carry some real variation and show a strength and ability that we haven't been able to hear yet. Yeah, I'm just excited. And that kind of was my conclusion. So, in conclusion, that was my conclusion. There isn't a huge amount to add to that, but yeah, I think at the moment, we've definitely seen that her career seems to be in safe hands musically. She's doing songs that she seems to enjoy with a friend who she seems to be having a great time creating stuff with. It's coming across in music that really matches her voice. And we have the potential for an upcoming mini album, EP, maybe a full-length album, in which she can either just cement that and just keep on enjoying playing to her strengths, or have fun and do some variation and maybe really surprise us. Yeah, I guess with anything like this, when you have first songs coming out by someone who's left a group, you want something that's going to make you excited for the future. I already was, but now I very much even more so am excited for the future of hearing what happens with Momo. And yeah, this is just a great step for me in a positive direction, and I can't wait to hear what comes next. So anyway, get in the comments, tell me what you think. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree. Were you excited for this? Did you think that she did better than you expected? Were you expecting something different? Either way, let me know. And until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these. For now, ciao, ciao.